speaking of nostalgia, I went and saw Titanic 3D because everybody wants to see people plummet to their death in 3 dimensions. This is a movie that it's semi-nostalgic for me, I guess. It's the first movie I ever saw with my wife. But she was actually on a date with a richer, much prettier dude, so it actually wasn't even I wasn't on a date with her. She was with somebody else.
Wait, what?
Oh, so you're just in the same theater as her.
Yeah, we were just watching the same movie together. She just knew who the right one was. You know what I'm saying? Dude.
And she kicks herself every day for making the wrong choice.
Every day she wonders, what could have been?
What could have happened?
I could have had so many more shoes.
Well, basically, if I need to explain what Titanic is, okay, I will. You basically have Rose, who's a rich. Do I need to explain it to everybody?
Who hasn't seen Titanic?
Actually, I'm being surprised by how many people have not seen Titanic. They keep
Do you know how many young people actually thought Titanic was strictly a movie? They didn't know it was actually based on a real event.
Well, here's a real conversation I had with my friend Tyler. He says, I've never seen Titanic. I said, what do you mean you've never seen it? I've never seen Titanic and I have no desire to see it. And I know how it ends, is what he says. I said, it's not really about that. Dude, it's called Titanic. It's exactly about that.
Mm.
But it's really not. It's really one of the few movies where they take the disaster and they actually just made this cliched love story circled around it. Well,
in fairness, I mean, Tyler, posted on Facebook yesterday about how he liked a Justin Bieber song.
Yeah, that's a really good point.
He can't sit still long enough to sit through a 3-hour movie.
This is true. Well, basically what happens is Rose is an heiress, or she's marrying rich money. Her mother wants her to marry rich because she wants to keep her style, her class of life the same. And basically they're broke, and if she doesn't marry this rich guy played by Billy Zane, they're going to lose everything. Jack Dawson is Leonardo DiCaprio. He's nobody. He wins his ticket on the Titanic in a poker game, ends up on the ship. They set off to sea. They meet. They fall in love. Accidents happen. Most people know what this story is. What most people really want to know is it worth going to see in a theater again? Because so many people saw it in theater the first time. And what cracks me up is that now, because it's one of those movies that became so popular that people started, the backlash just, of course, had to jump on because people have to hate things that are popular for some reason. And so now you've got people that say, oh, that movie's awful. That movie's so stupid. It's so cliche. Da, da, da. Yet they saw it 6 times in a theater. I don't quite understand that, but my thoughts are that I think it looks beautiful on the big screen. It was just like the first time I saw it. I still think it's a magical movie. I don't care what anybody thinks. Fuck the haters. I know the story is very cliched, but it's told beautifully. I love the old-fashioned cheesy approach that James Cameron took. I think he was trying to. Yes, he wanted to show the suffering through the entire event, but he also knew that you have to have characters that you care about for that to happen. And so I think he told this very cliched story, but the story plays. Mm-hmm. The actors really make it work. If it wasn't for them, I can't say that it's going to play the same. But Leonardo DiCaprio and Kate Winslet, they're both wonderful together. They still are. And it was actually nice to see DiCaprio because he was so fun in this movie versus what he does now where he's stoic and angry and carries the world on his shoulders in every role he takes. And, every movie he makes, I think there's a blood diamond involved now. But back then he was fun. He had a lot of fun. And Kate Winslet just looked gorgeous, and I would still run off with that girl in a minute.
Mm-hmm.
How was it 3D?
3D was amazing. Special effects, first of all, hold up remarkably well. For a movie that's 14 years old, I didn't doubt the effects at all. So if they touched them up, because I don't remember, I haven't seen it in so many years, I didn't notice it. It looks like the exact same movie, but the effects are that good. The 3D looks really good in some spots, especially the second half for the iceberg attacks. Because let's face it, that thing came out of nowhere.
It had it in for that ship. Oh, biggest ship, huh? Yeah, we'll see about that bitch.
Yeah, just came in and took it out. Bam. Once the second half rolls, which everybody that has seen the movie knows, the first half's the love story. The second half is them going through this disaster and Cameron showing the different things that did happen. The special effects were amazing from that point forward because you have so much depth, and I think it adds a little bit to the drama. Now, granted, a lot of that is just seeing it on the big screen. Just seeing it on the big screen again makes it that much more powerful of a movie to me. But especially the 3D, I don't think it was overdone. There's nothing, obviously, because it wasn't filmed in 3D, there's nothing thrown at you. It's not like, oh, here's an iceberg at your face. You know, it's very much depth and perception. And it's done very well. I just don't understand some of the hate that some people have for this movie.
I don't know. There wasn't a whole lot of hate for this movie.
There is.
Oh,
There's
God, yes, there was.
I told people everybody's making fun of me for going to see Titanic. I'm like, you didn't see it? Well, yeah, but I wouldn't watch it again. Well, you watched it 6 times the first time.
Oh, man, I love that movie.
Yeah, well, more people need to be proud of it instead of trying to jump on the hate bandwagon. I'm not one of those people. If $10 is full price of admission, I pay $10.
Yeah?
Yep.
Nice.
I think it's one of those rare movies that I say is a product of its time, sure, but it's a perfect movie, in my opinion. And I think it's an old-fashioned love story with huge dramatic effects, and it's just done well.